Good evening and welcome back to The Return of the Nine. My name is Lawrence and I am playing Orion, the human pugilist who specializes in the sweet science. Also joining us tonight is Carolyn.
I'm playing Regali, the human glamour bard.
Also joining our party tonight is Hobie.
Hi, I'm playing Frederick, the half-elf hexblade warlock.
And as always, the fourth member of our party is played by Tom.
I am playing Ember, the Furbolg Fire Druid.
And as always, our wonderful DM of the night is Dennis.
Oh, thank you. I'm verklempt.
Good word choice.
For those of you who have been following, our party has just cleared out an observatory located in Diamond Lake. We encountered quite a few nasty undead creatures, skeletons, minotaurs, zombies. There was a horrid dinner set for 9 with rotting corpses and rotting meat, and ultimately we met the necromancer behind all of this filth by the name of Filge. Orion came close to death, although his bacon was ultimately saved by a few good spells by Ember and some distracting by Frederick. And Frederick finally caught up to the necromancer, and with dare I say, with a smile on his face, sent the necromancer off to the Raven Queen. And with that, I will turn it over to Dennis.
It's true, Filge is dead. Although in life you should know he was known as Filge the Bastard.
Oh.
Fitting.
Okay, so searching around, if you remember, one item in particular on the desk was a letter that kind of implicated Smenk. And by familiar, because his brother is the smartest man here in this town anyway. So it kind of implicates him as well. And he was, quote unquote, supposedly a trusted ally. And after all your ravaging and scavenging, you still have that scroll control undead? Or did somebody hide that from Frederick before he realized what it was?
Orion certainly does not have it.
I believe it was Ember who was ravaging around on the desk.
I don't remember picking up a scroll.
I don't know, Regali's got a guilty look on her face.
Regali wouldn't know she has a guilty look on her face. Her intelligence was 8 at the time. So if I'm not mistaken, based on other reading, she couldn't read at the time.
Join the club.
Speaking of,
It's not that low of an intelligence.
too late. Or has that worn off yet?
I'm going to say it has.
Okay, great.
It was only supposed to last 10 minutes, I believe.
Correct.
Wonderful.
So we also have the 3 cats. The black cat who seems to like...
Cats.
Yes, cats. That we know they're not cats. Orion is back in possession of the 3 pucks that continue to be separated. I believe, Frederick, you picked up the rod, correct? After saving my bacon. By the way, Frederick, Ember, thank you very much. That's about as close as I've ever come to meet the Raven Queen, and no offense, Frederick, but I'd like to push that meeting off as much as possible. So what do we want to do? We have a letter that clearly implicates Smenk. It was a letter confirming that Smenk had asked Filge the Bastard to come here to talk about the contract, and that letter was about 3 weeks dated.
Hmm.
Is Smank the next person we want to track down and have a friendly chat with?
Seems like it might be difficult considering a lot of people are still after us.
It's
Well,
true.
Yeah. You know,
You know someone who knows Smink that we could maybe ask questions of?
Who's
I've got a
that?
brother.
Luston?
Yes.
One thing, Dennis. As we are kind of searching around the observatory, would you say that we spent an hour there enough for a short rest, or no?
Well, your short rest has to be doing nothing but sitting, reading, staring at the walls, watching paint dry.
Okay.
If you guys are going to be actively searching, then I'm going to say
No.
no.
Okay. All right. No problem.
Although, according to my clock, you guys haven't even missed dinner yet.
Correct. All right. Well then, what do we want to do?
well, we could go see Alustin, ask him a couple of questions about all of this, but if he is involved, then that could put us in a rather precarious situation being in his house and all that.
It could, but what evidence do we have that he's actually involved?
Nothing but
He
circumstantial. at
seems
this
pretty
point.
responsive when we said, hey, your brother's behind the deterioration of the local town and ecosystem. He was, calling people looking into that.
At least
Yeah.
that's what he told us he was going to do.
Yeah.
Well, did he give us any reason to think that he wouldn't?
He didn't, but at the same time, Count Fox never gave us any reason to not trust him.
I'm willing to trust him, but I do admit it seems risky.
Well, one thing we could do, we've got evidence here that clearly a necromancer was invited and set up shop here. I know that Smank has the guards and all of that on his side, but I've got to believe that not all the people here are comfortable with that and happy about it.
Well, we know that.
So what we could do is try to circumvent that, draw him out by kind of exposing all this to everybody.
To everyone.
Yeah. Rile up some riotous actions.
Ooh, I do like
Draw him
the-
out that way and turn the whole city against him. And then if the guards want to side with him, they'll be going against their own friends and family.
Do you think Cullen would go for that?
I'm pretty
Well, he
sure
already
Cullen
doesn't like
would.
him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cullen would because the times that we have spoken with him, there's no love lost between Cullen and Smank. What if we?
And
I
the
like
other thing-
I like your idea, Frederick. I do. How do we organize people in the town to show up in one spot without having Smank throw the whole guard at us before we can get our message out? Because if we're spotted, that's what he's going to do. Do we try to get word to Cullen to organize people somewhere and then we show up?
That might be a good idea. Get him kind of gathering people up. Maybe we could bring them all to here even. Because it's all still set up in here pretty well.
It is. I like that. Ember, do you still have any ability to cast Disguise Self?
I think I would need to rest again before I can do that.
Short or long?
Long.
Okay. How about you, Regali? Do you have any ability to get around unseen still, or would you need to rest as well?
Short,
I
actually,
need rest
sorry.
as well. Long rest.
Sorry, I can do short rest.
Okay. So do we want to risk a short rest in this house of the dead nastiness, or do we want to try to get to Cullen right away?
There are enough beds for everybody.
I think if we kind of hole up in the front. that's
Actually,
fine.
there are enough beds and you would all have your own private room.
It's the best accommodations we've had this whole trip.
I don't know if we want this to wait a whole day though, a whole long rest.
Well, and even if we are doing this, it raises the question again. Are we inviting Alustin? Are we going to show him that his brother solicited a necromancer?
Are there any windows facing the road?
Yes.
If we look outside, is there like pedestrian traffic on the road out by the observatory, or is it too far?
Yeah,
out of town?
people come and go past the observatory all the time, sure.
See any?
And if we haven't even missed dinner yet, then there's probably people going into town for dinner. Coming out after dinner.
Or farmers leaving the market yet.
Yeah.
Do we see any little barefoot, dirty-feeted kids?
Sure.
Why don't
Why
we?
not?
Why don't we? Why don't we get the attention of a couple of these kids, give them all a silver piece, and tell them, go get Cullen and bring him back here. And there's an extra silver piece in it for you if you for the first one to get Cullen here.
All right, there's a problem.
Uh-oh.
You're soliciting a small child to come to your big, nasty-looking, run-down
We could
observatory.
go down to the road.
I mean, you might as well get a white panel van and say, hey, I got candy.
Hey, kid.
I wouldn't be surprised if the local children know to stay away from this place.
I would agree with that, yes.
All right. Well, then let's, as
Now,
inconspicuously as we can, send one person
Let me,
down.
let me just run down a list of things.
I think I... Okay.
You should have a bunch of bag of bones that you need to deposit somewhere properly.
We
Is
do.
that right?
Correct.
Okay. You have that scroll.
Maybe.
Ember never picked up a scroll. She picked up his spell book. I don't know
Okay.
if he got the scroll.
Okay. Well, then the scroll's still on the desk.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's a scroll. What's it say?
Now, I assumed because you found the letter Smink sent to Filge that you also found the scroll.
I think I was the one over by the desk, dig around there.
Okay.
I don't think I know how to properly dispose of a scroll. Can you just rip it and that's fine? Or will that like explode?
Well, let's not get rid of the evidence.
Right.
If we're here to present
Fair enough, fair
evidence,
I know how to get rid
Well-
of scrolls.
That's another thing. We're talking about evidence. I hate to beat a dead horse, but keeping in mind how many people in the town can read, and are we going to need the smartest man in the village to verify that this is indeed necromantic stuff?
Do we know if Cullen can read or not?
yes. In fact, we do, because he was complaining about how he's got to fix the books and get the workers and the owners going against each other, and we were all shocked that he was smart enough to do that because we were very prejudicial and thought he was just a dumb half-orc.
Because I believe I have one wild shape left, so we could write a note and I could deliver it to him.
That might be our best option. It involves not soliciting children up to the necromantic observatory.
True. All right.
Okay, we want to try that. What shape are you gonna take?
So while Ember's doing that, Frederick, do you want to come with me back to the farmhouse and properly send off the bones?
Yeah, sounds good.
For in town, I'm thinking probably squirrel or maybe dog.
Okay. All right. Well then, you two. How long will it take them to go to the farm and back?
Which farm? Oh, to deposit the bones? That's a good hour and a half one
Uh-oh.
way,
Well,
so
maybe-
3 hours total.
Maybe we should do that after we get this all settled.
Well, if he can get Cullen to come speak with Orion, then Orion and Cullen can talk and see how long it would take Cullen to drum up some interest in the town and get people up here.
Approximately what time
Worried
of day
about
is
us
it?
all.
I'm going to say 4:30 p.m.
All right, so that's 3 hours travel, not including depositing the bones, not including any delays you may encounter, such as mama owl bears with little baby owl bears.
And plus, the guards might be looking for us too.
Let's wait on. I mean, the bones aren't going anywhere. We'll get them back to the. We'll get them back to the farm because we told Alistair that we would.
Yeah, it
Three
might
to
be
f-
best just to wait and try to get this. Try to be able to travel a little more freely before we do
Yeah.
that.
I would rather.
I just
not-
don't want to have to bolt and not have gotten that done if something goes sideways.
Nothing's gonna go sideways. Everything always goes
Oh.
according to plan.
Thanks, Orion. I find that so reassuring.
What have we done that has gone side? No, wait, never mind.
Is his memory really that bad?
I know, he just
He-
stomped up a staircase and almost died like not even a half hour ago.
He must have got a concussion.
Yeah, Ember's gonna do a medicine check to check Orion's brain damage. It's a 12.
I just don't want to split the party up for 3 to 4 hours and have something really
Especially
bad go
right
down.
after especially right after a pretty heavy
I just
fight.
don't see the point in us all sitting here while Just Ember runs into town as a squirrel when there is stuff that we should be doing.
It's not going to take Ember that long to go into town and drop a note off to Cullen.
Yeah, we're already in town. I
Yeah.
just have to go over to the pub.
I just need a definitive answer what you're going to do.
All right, we'll vote on it. Who wants to wait for Ember and who wants to split the party up? My vote is to just wait for Ember.
Yeah.
My vote is either wait or all go together. I don't want to split up.
Fine.
All right, so Ember's gonna transform into a dog and go into town to give Cullen a note from us that says, "Hey, come on up to the observatory. We'd like to talk to you."
Yeah, I feel like friendly dogs are probably welcome in that pub.
Okay.
Okay.
A pub called the Feral Dog is about to get a visit from a non-feral dog, and you think it's perfectly fine. that they won't cut you up and use you as stew meat. Okay, just wanted to make sure everything's the way you want it to be.
Just transform into a real fast dog.
Remember,
I'm good either way.
Remember, he keeps
4 hours
telling
later
us.
when Ember's still not back, and I'm like, I told you we could have gone.
Yeah, not where's Ember? I told you we could have gone.
You're saying don't split the party, but your plan literally also involves splitting the party.
But your plan involves splitting us into 3.
Who is keeping the party treasure list?
Oh. Like officially as in the a character or just unofficially the player?
This is the DM asking all of you PCs.
I mean, I've kept a list of most of the stuff that I have,
Okay.
including what I have perceived to be plot points, like the letter from Smenk to Filge.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just,
The
I thought Lauren was
bag of
keeping the-
holding,
well, of all the things, I guess I should ask, in those little bed chambers,
Yep.
did you guys find in one of the foot lockers a little pouch?
No.
I don't think we
I
searched those
I
yet.
don't recall that.
Okay. Are you going to?
Yes, let's search while we're waiting for Ember.
There's a small pouch that contains 6 platinum and 5 gold. On that west wall in the dining hall with all the dead zombie bodies,
Yep.
you have a silver dining utensil set, and that's worth 100 gold. What else did I? Oh, the copper candle holders are about 5 gold pieces each, and you have 8 of them, so that's 40 gold right there.
Okay. right.
Let's see. In the closet upstairs, if you rummaged through all the pockets and grabbed everything, you'd have 13 gold pieces of various coins.
Okay.
Somebody grabbed those beakers that say necroturgeons.
Necroturgeons. Yeah, I believe Frederick has those.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
Frederick had those.
Okay. You have the milky blue, the deep red, sallow yellow, and white with black streaks. And when you killed Filge, something fell out of his hand. It looks like a syringe that you put these things in like cartridges and then inject.
Ooh.
So the syringe itself is worth 17 gold.
And I believe Regali has that pseudo bag of holding
Yeah.
that you found the cats in.
Yes.
Okay, upstairs in the operating theater, you have silver operating instruments that are worth 200 gold pieces. In the throat of the corpse on the operating table is a 20 gold piece worth emerald lodged in the throat.
Wait, lodged in the throat?
Lodged in the throat. You guys cast spells, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys off by any chance know of spells that use expensive emeralds?
No.
I mean, if Alustin turns out to be a good guy, that might be a decent question to ask him.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
and that, I believe, will do it for the observatory, unless you want to set it to fire.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet, Ember.
Woof.
Woof.
Okay. So, dog, you say?
Yes, we'll go with friendly hound dog.
Describe this hound dog.
Just average brown, not too muscly, just your friendly old hound dog that you
Okay.
like find on a farm.
What are the rest of you going to do?
I'm gonna park
Okay.
myself by a window so I can watch the traffic to make sure that I don't see a group of guards.
You're staying at the observatory?
I think so. I am.
Okay.
'Cause I think that's where Ember's bringing Cullen back to.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's the plan, I'll write in the note, this is Ember, we need to talk, follow me. That way if someone else grabs it, they don't know where you guys are.
Oh, all right.
Good.
You do maintain your abilities when you change into a beast, correct?
My ability scores, at least mental ones, yeah.
Okay. So what's your charisma as a dog?
So my charisma as a furbolg and as a dog would be 14.
Go ahead
So
and
+2.
roll a charisma saving throw.
Saving throw.
Mm.
Okay.
Put it off a friendly dog vibe.
That would be a 10.
Not enough as the kids chase you with very large sticks.
Ah.
You can outdistance them, but they are tireless in their desire to whack you. What would you like to do about that?
I would like to just go straight to the pub where I know Cullen is.
All right. So you're at the pub and you're just going to run right in.
If the door's open, yes.
Okay. So you time it just right as you see two halflings walk in and you scurry in between them and you are now inside this bustling, busy, standing room only, people waiting, feral dog tavern.
Okay. I will go to where I believe Cullen hangs out.
Okay. He would be in the back at the VIP table.
There's a VIP table at the Feral Dog.
Interesting.
Okay. And there Cullen sits, brooding.
Okay. I will jump up on him and show him the note.
Okay. He doesn't like dogs, and he's about to snap your neck. So he rolled a 19 to grapple you. Would you like to try and get out?
Sure. I would like to dodge this so I do not lose wild shape.
Dodge, dog, dodge.
Aha, 21.
Okay, so you're loose. What'd you do with the note?
I would have dropped it on his lap.
Okay. Now what are you doing? Because he is getting up to kick at you.
I will back off and wait for him to read the note.
The note is on the floor.
Ah, fantastic. Who doesn't like dogs?
And
I'm offended.
he does not notice the note.
Oh my goodness.
Remember that as we left, we bought him another round.
Oh, that's true. All right, I will run between people's legs so that he loses track of me.
Easily done. He's more hungry than mad.
He's hungry, huh? Okay. Is there any food that I can see that is not being protected?
No.
Darn. And In a busy pub, really?
When a dog's around, yeah.
You are
Dog-
quite the
dog just-
attraction, I might add.
It's true. I am a dog. I can become feral. And the feral dog deck. Why do these plans never work?
The roll of the dice, my friend.
You said I didn't get my neck snapped.
Right now I'm rolling to see if some random person decides to hit you or kick you. Much time would you like to spend in this pub?
I want to run around a bit, hoping that Cullen will notice the note, or I can draw his attention to it.
By doing what?
I will crawl up to it, like, very non-threateningly, and, like, nudge it.
Okay, he sees the note.
Okay, I'll back off a little bit. Woof. Woof, woof.
Woof.
He opens the note,
Quality role play here.
turns it one way and the other, and then he hands it to one of his friends and he says, "What's this say?"
I knew it. Sorry, keep going.
And the guy reads it and he goes, Imb, 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 imb,
And I'm gonna use the blur right now. Dennis.
We were sure Cullen could read, right?
Guys, when someone says that they cook the books, it doesn't necessarily mean paperwork. Sometimes it's just numbers. Small towns it's a lot of times it's just numbers and making sure people say what you want them to say.
You are grabbed by the scruff of the neck. Try and get out of this grapple check.
Ah, great. By Cullen or someone else?
Someone else.
Okay.
Gives you better odds of getting out of the grapple.
20 non-natural.
That does not beat mine.
Never mind.
So with a 22, you are hauled up on your hind legs, a position you are not accustomed to in this form.
Is Cullen still watching me?
He is, but somebody starts to give you belly rubs.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I assume you can't help it and your tail starts wagging.
Yes, but also I want to look at Cullen and do my best impression of Orion fighting by like.
What?
I want to let him know that I'm from Orion.
Because there's no one else in Cullen's life that he's ever traded blows with ever.
Because it looks like this dog wants to take him on outside. All right. She's not pretty. She's a bit worn out, but shall we say a little on the heavy side, which is, it's okay, no big deal. But she is a prostitute and she is trying to save you by taking you outside
Oh, how sweet.
and rubbing your belly,
Aww.
trying to rub your chin.
It's just the
Save you from all those people who would kick you.
proverbial prostitute with a heart of gold.
Okay. I'll bark at Cullen a few times and then wait for him outside.
Unfortunately, the children who were at you with sticks have not dissipated.
God, why is
Uh-oh.
this such a hard town for a dog?
I mean, there's a reason they call things a dog's life.
It's true, but like,
Not all dogs have it good.
I guess that's true.
They
Right?
should. They should though.
Yes, they
Right.
should.
Be good to your dogs.
The kids are coming closer with their sticks, and the prostitute shoos them away, but you can tell they didn't go far, and they're only waiting.
We'll be back.
And she says to you, stay. 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 And she goes back inside.
3
Which-
stays.
Of course, prompts the children with sticks to very slowly start making their way towards you.
I would like to try to intimidate them by making myself look like a feral dog.
Okay.
That's a composite 20 on intimidate.
There is 5 of them, and they do not seem fearful of you.
Wow, these kids are persistent and dumb.
And I know they have sticks. You don't.
I have teeth.
So do they.
And they have
This is
thumbs,
true.
which allows them to hold the stick.
The door behind you, the door to the feral dog, mind you, bursts open almost off its hinges. And there stands Cullen. Sword in hand,
Thank goodness.
chair in the other, and he whips the chair at the kids and says something in Orcish. Do you understand Orcish?
No, not
Okay.
orcish.
Good, because it's like the Orcish F-bomb. The kids all run away, and Cullen is escorted by 4 others, and he leans down, touches you on the head, and says, Ember, show me.
They finally finished reading the
And then-
note.
And then I'll lead him back to the...
As you're walking away, the prostitute that rescued you is standing by the door with your note saying, do you want this back? And Cullen looks at you and says, do we need it?
I'll run up to her and eat the note. Just
Okay.
because I don't want anyone...
Good
Getting
call.
on to
Good
us.
call.
Okay. So they follow you back to the observatory.
Okay.
Okay. You have Cullen and his entourage.
I will
Alright.
bark loudly to let the others know that we are here.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Orion can see from his short resting place at the window
Okay. I'll let the
that you
others know.
guys,
Colin is inbound with Ember and a couple other people. Maybe we should go meet them at the front. That way we can lead them through all of the grisly things that we have found.
is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going up the stairs, Ember, or are you going to wait at the bottom of the stairs?
I'll go wherever we had planned, which I'm guessing is the front.
So up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. So you're on top of the stairs and the door opens and there's Orion, Frederick, and Regali.
Colin,
Orion,
how are you?
better.
I wish we had you up here to give you some better news, but I think you need to come in and see what we found. But who are these guys? Because I don't recognize them.
They work for me. They're cool.
Okay. Okay. If any of your guys are queasy, they might want to stay outside.
These are my wet work guys.
Okay.
Also, I'm pretty sure we already had like a pile of bodies outside that they had to walk past to get in.
We did.
Hey, this place don't look safe so much.
It is now. We've cleared it out. And I point towards the bodies because that's right. Regali's right. Frederick and I had decapitated them all. You see all those?
I'm talking about structure-wise.
Have you ever considered going into, architecture?
I've built some things in my time. This
Nice.
ain't one of them.
I bet you could do it better.
Maybe.
Maybe you should when all this is done. You should burn it down or something. You could do a better one.
We're going to burn it down once we're done here. But you see those bodies without heads right over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of those.
Looks like somebody done them in with a Kaiser blade. Some might call it a sling blade. I call it a Kaiser blade.
All of those poor souls were set up like puppets inside at a table with rotten meat, and they were moving when we got here. You want to come in and see what we found?
Well, sure.
All right, I'll bring them in,
Okay.
and we'll give them the
We'll give 'em
tour.
the Full tour.
Okay.
See, now over here you can see where the necromancer had...
So he's standing over Filge's body, and he's kind of nodding, and he goes, "Who sent this one off?"
Frederick.
I did.
Point directions.
Everyone just turns and points at him.
It looks like you made it too quick. This
You're a
one
little
is
pinched for time.
this one is filth. I'm glad he's dead.
Well,
Well-
apparently it was Smenk who brought him here.
Yeah.
If it makes
Smink's
you
been
if it makes you feel any better, while his death may have been quick, his answering to the Raven Queen will not be.
you believe in her?
Kind of.
A hand on Frederick's shoulder. It's not the time.
So, long story short, we found
Just about to summon the sword.
We found a letter from your favorite guy, Smank, inviting this piece of filth to Diamond Lake.
I remember it.
So I think the town should know what's going on, and what we would like you to do.
Bad idea.
Why?
Smink's got this whole place wrapped up tight. You're better off talking to his brother.
How do we know his brother's not in league with him?
He's got his head in a lot of books, mind you, but he is a good man. And he does happen to be one of the smartest people in this town, if not the smartest.
All right. Well, if Cullen's willing to vouch for him, then I guess we'll go to Alustin. Any way you can help us get to Alustin's house without the entire village knowing that we're here?
What's wrong with the village knowing you're here?
Because eventually,
You remember all those people searching for us? We don't want anyone giving them answers.
Oh, those people are gone.
Oh, they left?
Yeah. You know that Fox guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out he had a shroud on him that made him look like somebody else.
Really?
Yeah, they're over there right now.
Over where?
Over at Alustin's house. It'd be a miracle if you got there before they killed him.
The guy we know as Fox is going to Alustin's house to off him?
Nope.
No. He's
Nope.
getting off.
They grabbed him, pulled him out of the manor house he was staying at, dragged him across the lawn, through the hedgerow, brought him inside of Lustin's house, sat him down. Some kind of spell made him spill the truth, and his shroud came off, and he was not a good-looking fellow.
Wasn't really Fox.
No, something happened. And Lustin thinks it happened when you found that dude stuck in a tree. Anyway, Smank's up there right now, giving him the 3rd degree. He's got the whole place surrounded by guards. Nobody's getting in or out.
So we can't, well, Smank doesn't know we took out his necromancer yet. We know Smank's bad, but Smank doesn't know we know he's bad.
I know Smank's bad.
Right. But Smank doesn't know you know he's bad. Or he doesn't think you'll do anything about it.
Well, I got paid, so I guess not.
Smeg don't want us. Smeg don't like us.
I
What?
don't think Smank has a personal vendetta with us. We haven't actually interacted
Smank
directly
doesn't
with
even know who you guys are.
Exactly. Smank doesn't know we exist. We're worried about the people from
Right.
Silvery Moon who are after Orion. And we were worried about Fox's people, but they already caught the guy who was pretending to be Fox. We don't have to worry about Smank because he doesn't know we killed his necromancer.
Well, yeah, but he probably wouldn't just let us into Lustin's house with all those guards around it.
Right.
Maybe,
Right.
maybe not.
We're just gonna walk up and say, yo, we're here to meet a Lustin.
Well, we already spoke to the lady who keeps the door. She knows that we were guests, that we went on a mission with him. We're not showing up unknown to a Lustin. Smank just doesn't know us, but that's okay because Alustin's people know us.
What if she screams out, they were with Fox?
Maybe Cullen could just like act like he's bringing us in.
Alustin, we don't need to be brought in. Do not overthink this. Let's just go.
All right, so I'm going to give you this one because if somebody has a personal vendetta against you, I would definitely remember his name. So the silver merchant, his name is Garen Gariff.
Garen what?
Gariff, Gariff. He's the one with the vendetta.
Okay.
Vendetta.
All right, let's go then. And if all hell breaks loose, then all hell breaks loose.
Okay.
All right, do you want Cullen and his comrades to come with you?
Be nice.
I don't think
'cause-
that's necessary. We've ruined their night. If Orion wants them to, that's fine.
Cullen, if you hear the bull excrement hitting the fan, try to get up there as fast as you can because we might need your help. But other than that, go have a beer on us, and I'll give him a couple gold pieces so him and his buddies can have some more beer.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. There was a platinum piece on the purple tongue of the severed head.
Or,
Did you grab it?
Amber took that, didn't she? Oh, Orion took it?
Orion did.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Last session.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Did we get a short rest for the people who weren't dogs?
If your name's not Ember, you got a short rest.
Oh,
right.
thank
Yay.
goodness. I am
Oh.
burning. I am going to burn 2 hit die.
I could have used those wild shapes back.
All right. So
Anybody else burning hit die?
I am. I healed up 12 hit points.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
So you only have 5. Okay, Orion?
I healed up 16. Which I think puts me at 28.
Correct.
Okay.
How many hit die did you use, Frederick?
I used... What I was at 11 before I healed. Is that not accurate?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear how many hit die you used.
I used 2 hit die.
Okay.
Does Regali have the Song of Rest thing?
Yeah, I can do that, but not if people. I mean, if people do, people need more healing. If people want me to Song of Rest, I can do that, like while they're spending their hit die and everything. But if they don't think they need that, then I'll save the Bardic Inspiration because I don't get those back till after a long rest.
I'll be okay.
Oh, okay, you have to use the Bardic. I
Yeah,
forgot that you had to spend a thing.
Bard stuff is pretty long rest dependent.
Yes. I think until like 6th level?
5th or 6th, I think you can get it back on a short rest. I think it's 5th level.
All right, it's 28 hit points. I got all my Moxie points. All right. Let us go to Alustin's.
I was already healed up.
What's that? Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
The healing kitty cat.
Ember,
healing-
are you still a dog?
I'll transfer him back.
Okay.
Only last an hour.
Yeah, how'd the cats feel about Dog Ember?
Oh,
yeah.
they're fine.
Okay.
They'll play with them if she lets them.
Sure.
It's just me they don't want anything to do with.
Yeah.
I know.
They're
That's why
not
we're
real
staying
cats.
more than 10 feet away from you at all times.
It's not that bad.
Probably is. You're a pugilist.
Yeah, probably.
A pungent pugilist.
Ember, I sent you a note. I didn't know if you wanted to keep it a secret.
I think I already said it, but
I mean, it's fine if you want to say it. That's fine.
chaotic good.
Okay, so the calico cat seems to enjoy you most of all. It playfully bites at your ears, and it swipes at your tail. It'll jump on your ankles.
I knew that
Okay.
one was my favorite.
All right. Yes, it's true. Illustin's manor is, in fact, surrounded by guards. As you walk up the road, there's no doubt that you are actually on the approach to, and they kind of bolster their numbers to face you. Swords start getting drawn. Torches are lit higher.
Hale, we have important information for Lustin.
Who are you?
This is Orion, I'm Regali, this is Ember and Frederick. We visited Lustin earlier. We have more information for him.
I'm sorry. We were told not to let anybody in.
By who?
Smank?
Is this Smank's
The-
house or is
The
this
Lord
Celestine's
Mayor
house?
Smank?
Yes, I know he's the mayor, but is this his house?
It's his brother's house.
Right, and did his brother tell you nobody can come in, or did he tell you nobody can come in?
Look, you're not going to confuse me, lady.
Oh, I'm not trying to confuse you.
I
I think you're a
have
very
my
smart
orders.
person.
Are you going to try and confuse him?
No, I'm not going to try and confuse him.
Really? Because it wouldn't take much.
It does seem like he's already halfway there.
I am just going to look at him and say,
Oh, please don't be the words. No.
halt.
I'm sorry?
I'm going to look at him and say, halt. Cast commands. So the target doesn't move and takes no actions.
It only lasts one round.
Yeah, but that's enough time for us to walk past.
Okay.
And I'm hoping it'll confuse his buddies.
What's the name of this spell?
Command. I get to use it once per rest as part of my my new feat, Fey Touched.
Ooh.
Commanding Fae.
So he does have to make a wisdom save.
And for the kiddies following along at home, what page on the player's handbook is command?
It is page 223.
Hey,
We have very pretty picture on the side of stuff. For those like me who don't look at page numbers and look for pictures instead.
He rolled a 7.
Okay.
so he freezes
So-
up like he's on Zoom with bad Wi-Fi.
Yes. He freezes up like he's got bad Wi-Fi and doesn't do or say anything. His buddies get to try and figure out what's going on with him. Are you okay? You don't look okay. You look confused. He looks confused. You guys should make sure he's okay, I say as I walk past.
Okay, and there's 2 guards at the door on top of the steps of the porch. The whole front of the house is lit up by torches. And one of them's eating an apple, and he's kind of watching you guys as you approach.
He
Are
must
you
be
supposed to be eating on the job?
he must be a bad guy. He's eating an apple.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
And as you walk up the stairs, they just kind of,
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Their buddies let us through, so they will too.
the
I
door
would
is
like I would like to hand him a cooked beetle snack.
okay. The one who's eating the apple or the one who's hungry?
The one who's hungry.
Oh, okay.
Whichever one
Got it.
wants them.
Hey, thanks. Hey, you're kind of tall for a lady.
Yeah.
And they'll open the door for you.
excellent.
And sure enough, there's shouting from the library.
We'll head to the library.
There stands a Lustin. And seated in a chair is, and I'll grant you, he is not a very pretty fellow. He is bound in a silvery kind of rope, but it doesn't look like it's binding him as much as doing something else to him spell-wise. Smank is sitting in a chair on the other side of his brother. There is a very tall man dressed in like black leather. And he has taken it upon himself to pummel the crap out of this poor guy. While Smank and Oluskin watch, the room also has 4 other guards in it. These guys are dressed differently, as in better. Their armor is better. Their weapons are better. And they're definitely sharp. When you guys walk into the library, Lustin stands up and he's like, and he pushes you guys out into the foyer.
Okay.
He closes the door behind him and he says, "My children, how can I be of assistance?"
We have learned some concerning things.
Where did you get that lovely cat?
In a bag.
Oh, do you mind? The good cat kind of snuggles up onto his arm and starts licking him right on his wrist. He says, were there 3 others?
2 others. And this one.
Where's the black one?
Is it still with us?
Yes, always.
Okay. I scoop him up.
Mind if I...
Hand him over.
And he's got 1 cat in each hand. And he keeps these 2 separate and he goes, there should be a multicolored one.
Pull it off Ember's boot.
Excellent. And now the one that seems to be a ghost. Where's the 4th kitten?
I haven't seen a 4th kitten.
Where did you find these 3?
In a bag. In the observatory.
Still have the bag?
Yeah.
I'll pull out the bag of holding.
Oh.
Reach in and wonder if there's a kitten.
He smacks his hands together and then he draws his fingers apart and he's looking at the bag and he says, you should tell him to come out.
Come out, please.
You don't know his name.
Afraid not.
That is worrisome. And the fact that they're kittens again. Did you by
Again?
chance run across a homunculus?
What's a homunculus?
Let me see your bag real quick. And he reaches his hand in and he says some magic words. Anybody want to try and... No?
Listen to them?
And he pulls out this turd of a man. If someone was going to make a man out of a turd, this is what it would look like. And it's kicking and it's screaming in a high-pitched scream. Lustin puts him down on the table and then he says, silence. And the thing just stops moving. What else did you find?
Well, it seems that this guy Filge was invited here by your brother. I'm gonna reach my hand out, kind of flap it for the letter because I didn't have the letter, and I don't remember which of you had the letter.
He's been up to quite a bit of necromancy, and I show him his spell book.
This is Filge's spell book.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you mind?
Very well.
He takes it and he flips through it. There's pages missing.
I didn't remove any.
You, Frederick,
Yeah.
touched by the Raven Queen recently, were you?
Fairly.
Destroy this.
Summon the sword.
Oh, not in my house. Good heavens,
Shoot it into a
boy.
dagger.
Good heavens, boy. Take it outside.
Is there not a fireplace?
There's torches out there. Go use one of those.
I'll take it out there. I'll toss it up, cut it in half, and then burn the 2 feet.
Roll to hit. Actually, the book has a self-defense mechanism, so
Oh.
roll for initiative. No, I'm kidding. You destroy it how? That's all I really want to know.
Well, I rolled a natural 1 to cut it out of the air.
All right, so there's some snickering going on outside as you totally whiffed on the book.
It's okay,
You should
can
ask
tell
some of
us
those
you
guards for
one-shot
help.
it later.
Now it's on the ground, I'll just step it. And while it's on the end of the sword, I'll hold a torch.
Okay. Eventually you get it destroyed. Are you going back in?
Frederick is taking a long time out there.
I don't know.
I'll go back in.
Anyway, so it looks like he'd taken up residence in the observatory, and there was a body on a table, and it had a gem in its throat, which was concerning, and the body-like things inside the tubes of fluid. That was really gross.
I'm sorry, the what?
There were these tubes, pillars of fluid with like,
Oh, embalming fluid, yes.
yeah.
There was also 9 bodies around a dinner table. It's very disturbing.
He also had these, and I'll pull out the jars that have the worms in them, the vials with the preserved worms, 2 of them with blood. Set those down.
Oh, well, now this is interesting.
And the red, yellow, and black and white vials as well in the syringe.
All right. I am going to have to do a little research.
But we're
Fine.
very concerned that apparently your brother solicited him to bring him here.
Oh, I'm sure it was for some scheme of money or something along those lines. More money, more power. That seems to be my brother. Yes, I will have a very long talk with him.
Like,
It
So-
might
something
require
worse
more
than
than
just money.
talking. This guy was digging up the bodies of children in the outside of the town and really desecrating. It's not so happy. This is some really bad stuff.
That is how they build their armies, yes. Necromancers. So you need to find out the Homunculus's name, and once you learn his name, you will have complete and total control over him. And he cannot lie to you, whoever uses his name first. And he will serve you in good faith until such time as your body no longer holds life.
Okay.
Once you learn the Homunculus's name and you get the information about the kittens out of him and find out where the 4th one is, because it's not good that kitten is not with the others.
Okay.
How would we find the Homunculus's name?
Are you new to magic?
Well, arcane magic.
You have to trick him somehow.
Okay.
Or you can just splat him and throw him back in the hole from whence he came. I don't care which, but the kittens will not serve you any better.
What are
Also,
the
there was a
kittens?
little bit of trouble with an imp that seemed to think I summoned it. Does that have anything to do with that chant that I showed you the other day?
Yes, things like that will pop up from time to time. You see, my dear, the language you're speaking is abyssal. It is the language of all demons. An imp, however, is a devil. And devils speak infernal. So when you called upon the magic, somewhere it got cross-moginated and it decided to call an imp, perhaps expecting you to torture it in order to get some information out of it, which is reasonably what you should have been doing. However, I understand dabbling in
Kind of close
such
to what she did.
mysteries can be arduous at best.
Sounds deeply unpleasant.
Quite.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
And just so you know, Dennis, this whole time I'm doing my best to stay about 15 feet away from Alustin, given my anti-magic mojo.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain to him the background of why we went up to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'd completely forgotten when he did this
Yeah,
and he could see everything that's magic glowing.
yeah,
He would have scanned you.
okay.
So he's looking at you with a strange twinkle in his eye.
I'm gonna give him a quick the Reader's Digest version of who we believe Fox or the fake Fox sending us to the mine with this story about the rising of Bane, Ball, and Merkel. Is the guy that we saw tied up? Is that who the fake Fox was?
Yes, we believe the transformation happened when Fox and I teleported to go save this poor soul. I could only imagine where Fox is now, though. Perhaps another tree?
So we lost the real Fox.
Yes, quite indubitably.
Don't have any way to find him?
No, I did not put a tracker on him, and I know not of where he comes from or his people.
So who is this
We're gonna
guy?
have to find him.
That's what we're trying to determine. He seems bound and determined to simply die.
I turned to Frederick. I said, maybe you can put the fear of the Raven Queen in him, so he does not want to die. Some
Right.
things. Do you mind if we have a chat with the fake Fox?
Yes, but please don't kill him.
Ooh, we will not.
One at a time, perhaps?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
He hands you your kitties back. He touches the white one last time and said, "This one's always been my favorite."
So who wants to go in and talk to fake Fox first?
Fox first.
Okay.
Well, all right. So this guy doesn't seem to really have.
I don't know. I
anything-
fear I would make a faux pas.
The necromancer, right?
Should we go on in pairs and do good cop, bad cop?
I was kind of thinking about that.
Said one at a time.
Yeah.
So, Frederick, you want to go in first?
I can try.
Okay. So sweet talk him.
All right. I got an idea though. All right. Before I do this, Alustin, do you mind if I cast some spells on myself before I enter for a dramatic effect?
Go right ahead.
Alrighty. I'll cast darkness on myself. And just like this shit's blowing off of me. Just
Frederick, warn us before you do that.
Cover your eyes.
It doesn't matter. We can't see anyways.
All right, so should you go let them know the others in there? So it's not too much of a surprise to them.
Would you like to enter now?
Well, I can wait if you prefer.
You tell me what you want, some kind of announcement?
Well, I just don't want your brother and his guards to be too concerned about what's going on.
Like he's just going to look at Orion and say, "Leave those things out here."
We're going in one at a time. So if I go in, then I'll leave them out here.
Yes, thank you. Why have you not put them in a gold shroud yet?
A what?
Because I'm not sure what they are.
Or what a gold shroud is, or where to get one.
You can weave one out of golden thread. You can melt one and make it into a golden box with a lid. Bags are easier to carry, less likely to be stolen, and you can enchant it to make it look like something else, but that's where I would have kept them if I were carrying them.
Do you
Do you
kn-
have one?
No, I don't. I've only recently discovered their existence.
do you know what they are?
This guy in here seems to know a lot more about them than I do.
Ah. Orion knows what
Yes.
he's gonna ask about.
Yes, I do. So,
Who would like to take first crack at this guy?
I think Frederick wants that.
Frederick's shrouded in darkness. He's ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what I would do other than cook him treats to make him want to live.
He leaves the door open as he ushers Frederick in, and he looks at the bottom where the carpets meet, and then he looks at you and he goes, one at a time. Okay? Frederick, when you enter, you feel a change in the air. You feel as though telling a lie would be futile.
Okay.
So no frivolous falsehoods.
Okay, so what would you like to do? As Lustin sits down next to his brother, and his brother just scoffs as he drinks some more.
All right. So, darkness is all around me. I approach where he is because I can still see thanks to my special eyes. And start pacing around him and start just calmly asking, why are you here?
Death first.
Oh,
And you can, it doesn't stop anything from smelling bad, does it? No?
no.
Okay, so your sense of smell is still acute?
Yeah.
Okay. It's horrible. His breath is
Smells bad?
horrible, like death.
What exactly does he look like?
He looks like you took Steve Buscemi, messed his face up even more, and then beat the crap out of his face, tied him up in a chair with a thin gold thread,
Okay.
and he's bleeding and spitting
Like,
teeth.
does he look human?
Yes, he may have soiled himself.